I think that men are valuable in the sense that they provide. That's about it.
Do you hate men?
Kind of, yeah. I would say in my world with men, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Do you have any brothers?
I do have a brother. I have an older brother, yeah.
Do you hate him?
No.
Is his only worth to provide for you?
No, he doesn't provide for me. He's my brother. I love him.
So he has worth outside of providing for you?
Yeah, he's my brother. I love him.
What about your father? Same thing?
He's my father.
So just every other man except your immediate family, they're not valuable unless they're providing for you?
They're not valuable until they prove to me that they're valuable.
By providing for you?
Sure, it could be providing for me, yeah.
What are the other ways they could prove it?
No, actually, I think it's just providing. You're right.
I'm going to tell you guys super straight up. The only freaking reason why it's like hard to find love now and why it's hard to date and this and that and whatever. This is the only reason. People can like list all these freaking reasons as to why it's happening and this and that and men and women, masculine and feminine and blah, blah, blah. Legit, the only reason why is because women have freedom now. Women have autonomy. Women are able to take care of themselves. They don't need a man. So that when you realize that you don't need a man to help you survive in this life, you realize how much they were actually a nuisance instead of just being helpful. The only reason why marriages and stuff like that lasted and they worked and dating and this and that, blah, blah, is because we had to stick around. And now that we don't have to stick around, they have to give us something worth sticking around for. It's legit the only reason. It's because men don't have control anymore. And they're also just mad that like we have things like gut feelings. Like they don't have that.
Do we need men?
Do I personally need a man? No. Does the world need women, men alike? Yeah.
Well, if the world and society needs men, don't you two need men?
I am completely okay with going off-grid, living on an island in peace.
How would you get to the island?
Build a boat.
You would build the boat yourself?
Yeah.
Where would you get the materials to build the boat? Like Home Depot?
Chop down trees.
You would chop down trees?
Why not?
With what tool?
A chainsaw. You can make an axe.
You would make the axe yourself? You wouldn't just go buy it at Home Depot?
No.
So just to be clear, where would you get the metal from? Would you smelt the metal yourself too?
You don't necessarily need metal.
I'm sorry, is metal not a component of an axe?
You don't necessarily need a metal axe.
No. But you said you would get an axe.
If I had to make one with the materials I had available to me...
You'd cut down a tree.
Would you rather I gnaw at it?
What do you mean?
Is a man less of a man if he can't change a flat tire?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is a woman less of a woman if she can't cook a meal from scratch?
We're biased. We're women. No, that's not a good answer.
Do you believe we're in a transitional phase between women being old-fashioned and being independent?
Yes, we're already there.
If so, what are we transitioning to?
Feminism.
I hope we're transitioning to women and men being equal.
We're transitioning into a lot of women being cat ladies.
Do you think a woman would be welcomed at a woman's march if she's pro-life or has traditional values?
Nope.
So do feminists really care
Not
about
nowadays.
all women or just the women who agree with them?
Feminists do not care about women.
So is it really about women's choice?
No, because it's not allowing each individual woman to decide for herself. It's not respecting each individual woman. It's conforming to a propaganda.
Feminism is continuing to gain a rather bad reputation, isn't it? And that's unfortunate. Sadly, that is in large part due to a large number of individuals out there saying and doing things all in the name of what they consider to be feminism, when frankly it couldn't be further from the truth. There are some women out there that actually try to advocate for women being treated better than men, and they call that feminism. That's not equality. That's superiority, and that is not what feminism is about. And then there's another category of individuals, those that I like to call male performative feminists, and they do almost as much damage as the toxic feminists, because they seem to say and do things strictly for female validation. And that seems to be the only reason that they say or do anything in regards to feminism. And sadly, they're often not open to discussion with other men, and they will find ways to try to discredit any woman that disagrees with them. So sadly, these are some of the reasons why feminism continues to gain a rather bad reputation.
It's really controversial, but I think sometimes feminism went in like a more toxic way, in a way that like feminism means equal, right? Like equal rights, equal whatever thing. But sometimes because people like are trying to emphasize on the empowerment too much, I think a lot of the girls like are bashing down on guys, saying that like, oh, we are better than guys, even though the entire concept is they're just equal.
So many girls are like that.
You know what I mean?
They'll be asked questions like either by friends or on the street. Like I've seen so many of these online where it's like they ask the girl about feminism and they're like, do you think men are better than women? And they're like, no. Do you think women are better than men? Yeah. And they just start like putting themselves higher.
It's too much, yeah, sometimes. And I get that like sometimes like for girls, because they've been looked down or like seen as less capable, that they have to do like the extra mile, but that doesn't mean that you should treat like guys in such a low place, you know?
I think a lot of times now it's very much like a me versus you type of thing instead of us versus...
It's not,
in the playing field, giving women an opportunity to find their rightful place, particularly in the public world, which was tremendously important and exciting when we achieved that. But what feminism today, to me, is all about advantaging women at the expense of men. And it's become very much caught up in the demonisation of males, presenting them always at a disadvantage. And I don't want to have any part of that. I was writing recently about boys' education, which is something I've written about for many decades. And I came across an article I wrote 40 years ago where we just started to notice how badly boys were doing vis-a-vis girls. I mean, we'd had 10 years of programs trying to help girls do better in the schools, which was fantastic. And a lot of girls who had been held back by traditional assumptions about, you know, girls not speaking up and girls not doing well in maths were now beginning to shine, which was a fantastic thing. But what was becoming very obvious is there were also a lot of boys falling behind and not achieving their potential. We have really very much feminist ideology infiltrating all our education systems, systematic programs to continue to advantage girls, and no one taking any notice of the fact that boys are falling out in huge numbers.